Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Brothers Whimm podcast. I am Ian, one of your hosts, and I'm joined, as always, by my brother and co-host Matthew. Matthew, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Ian. How you doing?
That's great. I'm great. I'm pretty good because I have moved back into the house with you, into our parents' house, which it's mainly just because it's like 5 minutes from my work, but it's also like super. Oh wait, it's like a year from now, I'm like buying a house and moving in with my now fiance, hopefully then to be wife, hopefully. Okay. I don't know.
Here's the hoping, I guess.
Sorry, this is
great opening.
No, but as long as everything was a plan, I don't know. But like I could die today.
I mean, that's true.
I'm going to play golf in like an hour. There might be lightning, so I could get struck by lightning.
Oh yeah, what, you're playing golf in a storm? It has a tornado watch.
Is it a tornado watch? Okay.
Yeah, look on my phone.
Tyler and I, it's my
tornado
friend
watch.
Oh, look at that. I don't get
National
that.
Weather Advisory.
What are you listening to? Emma?
That's
our group chat.
Our family group chat.
I saw Emma's name and I was confused. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not listening to anything.
Yeah, it may not be going, but we're talking about it. I didn't know there was a tornado watch, but up in Hanover, it's like a 50% chance of lightning, which is where we'd be playing. So we're thinking about it. We're definitely going on Saturday.
Yeah, it's fun to golf in the rain. We did it one time.
Yeah, but just with lightning, though.
Yeah, that's fair. It was overcast.
Sticking metal rods into the air is not conducive.
You get the whole golf course to yourself,
it's
though.
Not conducive. It's not conducive, but it's conductive.
It is conductive. Conductive to the situation.
But where'd we go? Why we're going there? Oh, because I could die at any moment. So it's not like I'm like not sure about getting engaged. But I did it right that time. I didn't say getting proposed.
Wow.
Good job, me. Yeah,
congratulations. You're moving past the honeymoon phase.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Of getting that phrase down.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's great. Okay, I'm glad I'm already over that. But I thought I heard a cat. I thought I heard our snotty cat come in. But
what was that?
Probably Dad doing something.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it sounded like a hiss. I'm like,
Buzz
is on the chair over there, but he's dead asleep.
I thought it was a Woody sneeze. But anyway, I'm back here for a year, which will be cool. So we're going to be switching up the podcast a little bit. It's going to be the same thing for you guys unless you watch the video. It might be more incentivizing to watch the video just because it's going to be a little bit cooler. Hopefully we can have like a setup where you see like we're not as crowded and maybe the audio isn't as bad because I don't know if I'm actually sound good right now.
we probably will have 2 camera angles, 2 mics, so the quality will probably go up over this next week. I'll have to do some testing. I don't know exactly how to do it. So
that's exciting. Is our audio a little bit low? Sorry for the behind the scenes.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Just want to make sure before we record a whole episode and you guys can't hear anything.
I can always boost it.
We're fine.
So
yeah, that's exciting. I am going really slowly on moving all my stuff into the room though. It's harder than I thought being motivated to do it. And also when I got here yesterday, I walked into my room and I guess I didn't realize this when I first got there. It's a room I've never been in the house before, but the walls were like disgusting. like the paint color I didn't love. It was kind of like an off blue purple, like light purple. Not like your room. I think I chose this paint color when I was 10. So
I chose that paint color when I was like 8 in my other room, which is bright Oriole orange.
Oh god, yeah, that was a nightmare.
And it was painted terribly.
Yes, yeah.
So
the walls were disgusting, so I was like, I need to paint this. And I've never painted a room before, so I was like, I had to do a lot of research. I had to scrub the walls because they were disgusting. That took like 2 hours. But I chose a nice like light forestry green. I think it was called Rooftop Garden was the color. It's a nice
turtle green.
Yeah, a light forest green. I like it a lot. And Matthew helped me out with it. It went well.
It was a lot of fun. It was hard work.
Good workout.
I don't understand how people that paint like that get paint all over them. I was telling Ian about this while we were doing it. I was wearing one of my favorite shirts and a good pair of shorts. And I was just being careful the entire time and didn't get like a single drop of paint on me other than when I got a little bit on an outlet and I wiped it off with my finger.
Yeah,
like,
it was
like there's nothing to it. Yeah. Where you're just rolling paint on a wall. Like I barely ever, had an inkling of touching the wall or rubbing all over the wall for some reason.
Yeah, I mean I never did that, like fell up against it. Our cat almost did a couple times.
Yeah, oh my god. Woody just wants to be around.
He's a social being.
When the doors open, because the room was getting like a sauna if the door was closed.
It was hot in there, yeah.
It didn't work out well. We had to keep the door open. And Woody would walk in all the time. He wanted to see what was going on.
He assumes the door being open is an open invite to him. He's like, this means they want me in there, right?
And if he hears more than one person, he'll follow you.
So he came in, like we were both like facing towards the wall painting. I was like on the floor with my elbow propped like up, so there was a little triangle of space in between me and the floor. and I'm just sitting there painting, and then he pokes his little head through that little my elbow hole, and he's
there's
like,
there's almost no way he could have gotten in there. And that was the third time he had done it. He just teleports into the room somehow.
He's
and
like
turn around and he's there.
He's like Mission Impossible-ing it.
Yeah.
Like
He's
you can hear
pulling
the
a
theme
heist.
song. He's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. He's the loudest cat when he's just sitting there doing nothing. He'll sneeze and like hack and make sounds, but when he wants to be quiet, he's so quiet. Like,
Oh yeah, he won't do a single thing.
But that was only like a hindrance to the painting. It took a while, but luckily we only had to do like one whole coat and then just go back in and touch up a lot of the spots.
It was good paint, I will say.
Yeah, that was quality.
Shout out to the paint.
Bear.
Yeah, makes sense.
Shout out to Tyler. He used to work in the Home Depot paint department, and he gave me a few tips. He was like, get the paint and primer. He was like, what else? He gave me some other tips. So thanks, Tyler, for that. I know he listens. So it was great, and the room looks great. I mean, it's probably the best painted room in the house, if I'm being honest.
100%.
Not to toot our own horn, which we can do sometimes, but
I mean, I will say like, this room's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not
but
bad,
the walls are a little. We need to clean those up. But
yeah, I could use a scrubbing.
But the paint isn't bad.
It's quality paint.
But I would say the quality, in terms of like if we were giving it a percentage for each room,
Are we?
That one is probably the best. Yeah.
And you could we put tape up on this, or I put tape up on the ceiling.
Yeah,
but we
I
still
didn't know.
painted carefully there, and like I took the tape off last night when we were finished, and you could see like how clean my lines were, and then you saw like the blue paint that was there before, and then earlier I think it was my sister's room and it was pink, and you could see the pink there too. So it was just
it was
like
a mess.
random sine waves,
Globs all over the roof.
Yeah. So
Terrible job.
If I had to paint every room in the house, like I don't know when our dad did that, like when he painted stuff, but I assume he did it a lot like back to back, so I'd probably get tired of doing it.
Yeah, that's
too.
fair. Just kind of.
And we for sure didn't help.
tape.
So
No,
if it was just me doing that, I would have gotten lazy towards the end. So
I don't even remember when that room was painted last.
yeah,
So
probably when Sean moved into that room.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'm like.
No, Sean didn't move in. Like
We've been here since we were.
no, like moved into that room is what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've been in every room now.
I haven't been in that one. Other than that, I have been in every room.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our house isn't that big. Like, I mean, like there's like one. I don't count your room, the old room, as a bedroom.
I'll count it because that's an extra.
But I haven't been in that one, and I hope I never will.
Well,
be,
nobody else has, so you don't have to count
Yeah.
it. It was only nobody should ever go back.
That thing is gross. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you guys can't see it, but like, it's just like a hole in the wall that was never meant. It was like
There's a sump pump hole in there.
Mhm.
It was. It's a mess.
gross. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you lived in there, and you didn't make it any better, no.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
So
I'm trying to keep this one a little nicer.
Matthew and I were neighbors. Now no, you're actually not neighbors. Mom's above
No,
you, isn't
yeah.
she? Yeah. Never mind. I guess maybe that little section.
That's the bathroom right above
never
my
mind.
bed.
You're not above me. Getting a real. You could probably draw like a square like layout of our house.
I
If anyone's
probably could.
If anyone's
Yeah.
an architect, just from us describing our house.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, they're like,
Everyone knows how we
they're like,
we get around.
you've done plenty. Please, guys, stop talking.
I'll let you know. Yeah, the laundry room's right across the hall in the
Mm.
basement. So
It's like Emma's taking the LSATs. I don't know what it stands for, but it's for
I
like
don't know
law
either.
school, the law
Yeah,
SATs maybe.
law.
What is
standardized something test or something
testing?
like
Yeah, something like that.
that. It's like something like that.
She's studying for that, and there's these kind of like, they're called games, which is like it gives you 6 things. Like one example, it was like there's 6 tropical storms, and they give you the names of them, and then it's like it gives you conditions. It's like Irma can't hit at the same time as Katrina.
Logic puzzles.
Yeah, logic puzzles. It's like Douglas has to hit before whatever, and it's like talks about like some have rain and some have rain and hail, and then it's like makes these conditions, and the questions are like, can Irma have rain and hail? It won't tell you everything, but you have to use it. It's like these two can't have it, and you have to make it work.
I kind of like those types of puzzles, but then again, they are the most frustrating kind.
Yeah.
So if you can't get them, you just kind of give up.
They're
in my
fun.
opinion.
I was working on them, but like that's how I feel like we're explaining our house. Like the laundry room is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
upstairs. It is, and then
Laundry
like
room is not upstairs, but the laundry gets done upstairs.
Ian has lived in 4 or 5 bedrooms.
Yeah. And Matt lived in a bedroom that doesn't count.
Yes, and it's like figure it out.
Where's the TV?
Places in the house.
Yeah.
Where's the TV? So
The singular TV.
some of those are hard though. Like I mean, obviously it's
yeah.
for law school, getting into law school, but what does LSAT stand for? Law standardized.
We just
something?
went over this.
I know, but I'm still stuck on it. I'm just like I
Look it
never
up.
really thought it. No, it's all right. It's a forever a mystery.
That's fine, yeah.
Let something.
That'll be the logic puzzle we need to figure out by the end of the episode. What does the LSAT stand for?
You know how in the SAT you get like 200 points automatically just by putting your name? It's like that. The first question on the LSAT is, what does the LSAT stand for?
And then you're like, everyone fails because nobody knows.
Half the class walks out.
Before
it even
first
starts.
question.
She takes that soon. That's a lot, man. Like, she's been studying. She's been taking a class for it.
Yeah, that has to be a huge step.
I feel bad because I'm going to grad school. Normally, to get into grad school, you have to take this test called the GRE. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's like a SAT for getting into grad school, just a little bit harder. And I was gonna study for it. I wanted to go to grad school, but luckily this year, because admissions are down and they're trying to be a little more lenient because of COVID, I didn't have to take that.
Oh, nice.
So
snuck in. Yeah,
kind of did.
Getting's good.
Kind of did. So I avoided that test, and Emma's not thrilled that I am like sitting here doing nothing, not having to worry about taking that. And she's like, "Oh, I just have to take the biggest test like ever." But then she takes the bar exam after it's done. So.
Jeez.
Yeah. So.
That's a lot.
Yeah, not fun.
That doesn't sound fun. I have no tests coming up.
Good for you.
And no capstone and no internship because I've already finished that. So, school is basically done. I just need to finish it.
Yeah, you're graduating next
semester.
Okay,
yeah,
so May. That's what I figured. Because
hopefully.
Emma's done.
I need to schedule
early,
one more class somewhere, so it'll probably be my senior year.
At Stevenson still? What do you
mean?
I
need 2 more credits.
Okay, that's not too bad.
To complete the 120. It's annoying. That's why I took 2 summer courses this year because my advisor. I'll slander him on the internet. He wasn't great at advising. He's a good teacher, and I've had him a lot of times. He's a computer information systems teacher, but
more logic puzzles. You could probably figure it out.
Yeah. You can definitely figure out who this guy is. But well, there's a lot of them. I haven't said much about him, but good teacher, pretty good dude. Honestly, he was a little, iffy sometimes, but he was a really bad advisor. He still is a really bad advisor. Every time I'd ask him about something, he'd push certain classes back, like, I'd be like, oh, should I take this now? Like, I could take 1 extra class this semester. I'm not trying too hard. Like, I got stuck with a technical 12-credit semester, like 2 semesters ago.
Okay.
Because one of the classes I took, I had already gotten credit for it, so I didn't need to actually take it. But I needed to schedule it, so it just kind of sat there.
Yeah.
But I only scheduled 15 credits still.
Mm.
So I had 12 credit, and I took like 3 or 4 classes, and I was like, this is like, I know it's going to bite me in the ass when I hit my senior year, and it has.
We're there.
Almost overloading now. Like, I'm at 17 or 18 credits this semester, and then like 18, 19 next one.
Wasn't he saying like, oh, you can't take that many credits, and you were like, you said I could take that many credits.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I need to take that many credits, and you said I could. Like, I planned this, and he's like, nope. And I'm like, okay.
You gotta love advisors because that's not like their first job. Like in their mind, most professors are like, I'm doing research here, and then the second job is like teaching, and then their third job is being an advisor. I would imagine something like that. So their
literal last job is being an advisor. I can't fault any advisor because they're not supposed. They should have separate advisors. That's my number 1 college recommendation, because
it's crazy because we pay for it.
Yeah, and I go to a private school. I pay a lot of money to go to that school. Like, why am I not getting a separate advisor whose only job is to do that?
Yeah.
And like, there's like 10 of them for the entire school, or there'd probably be a lot more. 10 of them for the computer information systems.
Yeah.
But like, they can be less. There can be less than all the teachers.
Yeah.
Instead of delegating, certain things to certain teachers, you're delegating it to like specific people.
Yeah.
So that's my like huge complaint with my college experience. Other than that, it's been pretty breezy. I've just been coasting to get the piece of paper at the end. So
I don't even know where my diploma is right now.
That's fair. I just need it on my resume.
I think it's at this house. I'm almost positive. I hope
that's a fair guess. It's probably Mom probably has it somewhere.
She's like, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "I'm gonna lose it. I'm not putting it anywhere. I'm not like hanging it at my desk."
No, I do not.
So. As long as it's on record that I graduated, it's fine. Thank God for the internet.
I don't think a bachelor's for me is like proud enough to hang it. Like, I do want to get a master's. I might get a PhD. Like, if my work pays for it, I'm just gonna keep going to school. So, I'll hang those up maybe.
Yeah.
But I really don't care about a bachelor's. I did not work for this at all. I don't know anything from my classes. I've only learned from my job.
All right. Hopefully, no perspective. I guess.
No, everyone. That's how you learn. Like,
no, that's what happened to me too.
I am much more in the know now than I've ever been. Like, just talking to people about problems, like going through specific cases where like there was a super advanced problem we had, and this one dude from the help desk, we were talking about it, and he just told me what he was doing the entire time. Like, oh, I made a typo here, or like this is why it's not working. I pointed out the problems that I saw, and he was like, yeah, that's what I noticed too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like super good to see, like, oh, we saw the same things. We're doing, like, I understand what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's good to see. But when you're in school, there's no structure to it. Like, at work, I have the network. I know how the network works.
And you're learning
At
hands-on.
school, I'm learning how networks work, not how the network works. There's no, like, Stevenson network that people work on, which is really dumb, I think.
Yeah.
I think it should be, like, hands-on, like, Stevenson has a network, a proxy network, one that's, like, not actually a thing, but it has all the same, information in it.
Like a toy almost.
Yeah, literally like a toy. And then you just go in, and if you mess something up, you can always just revert it. There's no consequences to doing it.
Mm-hmm. No, it should make
but
it
you
real
actually
consequences.
learn. Yeah. Like, you accidentally delete a teacher from the list,
scale.
the active users list, and he's gone.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Whoops. They just give you full access. They're like, go crazy. I mean, you're going to be in charge of it soon enough, so.
That would be a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So many kids would ruin the school. Oh my God.
I agree with you, though, about, like, the on-site job thing being the better way to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, they teach you, but depends on what
you don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest
There's like,
thing.
you want to take a random class? They're like, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to be doing when I'm older. So.
I don't know what this is. Yeah, like, you're learning generalized knowledge for eventually getting a specified job. So, like, even for me, I'm doing a generalized job. I'm doing a lot of things, like, very wide scope. But everything I do is super specific. So that I really haven't learned anything in school that I've actually done at work. Like, there are so many programs that are like, you need to learn this, you need to learn this, you need to learn this. There's one program called Wireshark, and I brought it up to my boss. I was like, yeah, I looked something up. And for the first time ever, I saw something recommend using Wireshark to figure it out, right?
Okay.
This program. And he was like, oh, yeah, you'll never use Wireshark. He's like, there's never a use case where you ever do that unless you're working for, like, the CIA. And I'm like, then why are we even... I've had 6 classes using Wireshark.
Yeah.
And I know how to use it perfectly. But... according to him, there's never a use case. You'll never use it.
That's tough.
Yeah, and I never knew why I was using Wireshark. I just did it. I was like, okay,
know.
now I know how to use it. It's worthless.
Well, that
Big
sucks.
mess. My rant about school.
And
welcome to my TED Talk.
Fiend, yeah. Well, let's see. What were we talking about? Oh, moving in.
Moving in,
We gotta
yes.
hear something. Well, let's get on to a recommendation thing, because the reason it's been so hard for me to move in, another reason, not just painting, is because my friends convinced me to download a free new game on my Nintendo Switch called Pokemon Unite. Have you heard of this?
The MOBA.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I don't like MOBAs normally. So if you don't know what that is, it's what is that for? Multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah. You got it.
So it's like League of Legends or Dota, I believe, are the 2 big ones. Hero of the Storms is also a big one. Not big anymore.
It died, instantly. But that was the only one I liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one is, but it's with Pokemon. And it's pretty simplistic. I mean, it's like Heroes of the Storm, but like an inch down from that.
Yeah,
so,
it's for children.
But playing, because you can dumpster these kids sometimes. But anyway, it's fun playing with my friends, and I wouldn't recommend playing it if you're like hardcore gamer and you're just like, oh yeah, like I need to get those games and.
That's League of Legends. Oh my god.
Yeah, play that.
I've played that. Like, I've tried getting back into it. And
No.
It's so complicated. So, the skill ceiling is like way higher than any game I've ever seen. Like, you'll hop in, and if you don't put like 30 hours into it immediately, you'll have no idea what's going on. I tried putting like 15, and I was like, I still don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it seems so tough.
I just like clicking things.
I've never worried about it. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun game, and just to play with friends. I don't think it's something that you should really try out, but I guess it's not a recommendation then,
well, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff on it. I think a lot of people are liking it, which is good, because it seemed like it was going to be a huge flop. Like,
oh yeah? I hadn't heard anything about it.
Originally, I think they announced that it was only going to be for mobile, and then they ported it to the Switch only, I think, right? I don't think it's anywhere else.
It's Nintendo company, so.
Yeah, I think it was originally just going to be mobile, and it looked god-awful. Everyone was like, why'd you make a Pokemon mobile MOBA? Like, it just sounded like a bad idea, but it actually looks pretty fun. I don't think I'll ever play it, just because I don't really have that much of an interest in Pokemon anymore. Like, I've tried going back to the games. I have a DS with, like, 4 of the games I bought just to see if I'd like the new ones, and I really don't. Like, I
have Pearl if you want it. If you don't.
I think I have Pearl, actually.
Okay,
so,
never mind.
yeah, I bought, like, every one from every gen up until, like, Sun. I think I bought Sun.
Did you beat him by Sword or Shield?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
those,
Well, that's
they
for
were
the
bad.
Switch. Or wait, can you get it on DS?
I don't even know.
I don't know
Probably
if you
not.
can. But yeah, I've tried playing some of them. I started with X, I think, and I liked it, but
Yeah.
it's the same as every other game. So
And they're for children too.
yeah,
is the
yeah,
thing.
and I'm not that invested in the new gens, so I don't really know the new Pokemon. So there's really there's nothing there for me.
Pokemon Arena or the Showdown. What is it called?
Showdown's
online?
fun. Yeah, Showdown is fun, but that's competitive. But that's Pokemon for grown-ups essentially.
Yeah.
Like competitive, you have to learn strategy, you have to build a team with movesets, items. Literally, they take the end game stuff and make it a game itself, which is great.
It's pretty cool, and you can put a lot more thought into it and like building a team. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't play it much more.
You have any recommendations?
Yeah.
It's weird because I don't recommend that game, but it's just like something that's like
it's something that's
you get friends
recently
that
been...
like Pokemon. Like that's just where it
yeah.
goes for me. So I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. For me, my recommendation, counter to what I said last episode, I said I don't watch a lot of TV and I don't spend a lot of time watching TV. I mentioned that Brooklyn Nine-Nine was one of the shows on my list, but not the top one. I ended up watching like 2 episodes that night, which was a Thursday night last week. And ever since then, I've watched at least 3 episodes a night, I'd say. And I am now in season 4.
Yeah, it is.
Of a like 20 episode season show.
It's a week later, so
yeah, it has been 1 week and I'm on season 4, which is halfway through the show. I'm almost done.
Pretty crazy.
It's a lot. I've watched it pretty much instead of YouTube, instead of anything else. Like I'll be walking around the house, I'll be going outside to hit the golf hit my golf club.
Yeah.
With a stick. Yeah, that's what I do.
With a stick.
Yeah, I don't hit the balls, I hit my golf club. But yeah, I'll just listen to it like constantly, and it's like great. It's just great. That's all it is.
It's a good show. I watched like 3 seasons of it, and then I wasn't in the mood for that kind of TV anymore.
Yeah.
I think TV in general at that point, so I just stopped. And I told you, I think, that I'm doing the same thing with like Malcolm in the Middle. I started rewatching that like season 1, and I got like halfway through season 2, and I was like, I don't want to watch Malcolm in the Middle anymore. These types of shows anymore.
Honestly, Malcolm in the Middle would probably be the hardest show for me to rewatch, just because it was hard for me to watch in general when it was on.
It's a funny show.
It is funny, but my memories of it were when I was very young, and I would have much rather watch like SpongeBob at the time.
Oh yeah.
So like whenever it was on, it was always like an adult show to me. But similar to like Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
So, like very similar in my mind, where I probably wouldn't rewatch it, but I can accept the fact that it was very funny, and I did somewhat enjoy when it was on instead of like George Lopez. We'll slander him again. Whenever that was on,
we've already done that, I think, on this podcast.
Yeah, we have talked about
if you're a regular
the nightmare of George Lopez's show.
You know our disdain for him.
Yeah. Don't know how he continued that show at all. Like, there's no.
It probably cost like $12 an episode.
Yeah,
So.
It was George Lopez's house.
I feel like it was pretty easy.
And his actual family.
It literally took
like,
22 minutes an episode to film. They didn't cut out any mistakes there. It's like, we're going to keep those. So
they made it all improv dialogue. Nothing was written
That's
down.
what they talk like. Cool. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine is your recommendation.
That's my recommendation.
Anything else? Music, books?
I do have a game
Video game
to recommend.
Yeah, sure.
There's a free-to-play game on Steam that's 400 megabytes. Very small download. Takes like 10 seconds, no matter what internet you have.
Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite. It's a new MOBA for Steam.
It's so much fun.
No. It's called Slapshot Rebound.
Is it hockey?
It is hockey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it.
No problem. It is a foosball-like hockey game where you control the foosball person.
Oh, I said the mic. Bad radio.
Oh, well, it didn't actually spike up there, so we're good. But it's a foosball-type hockey game where you are this little guy who can only spin around, and he has a hockey stick. The only controls are you can move the mouse left and right, which spins you left and right. You can left-click to lift the stick up, which you never use, or you can right-click and shoot it to lift it up.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's nothing else. You can run into people, you can dash, and that's it.
Huh. You might have to show me this.
I will. It is so fun. I've put so many hours into it. Whenever I'm not watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm playing little 5-minute games of that and then doing something else. It's so fun.
Is it like dome or bubble hockey? Like not like foosball? Is it like that kind of situation?
What do you? It's. What do you mean?
If you play dome hockey, like
No.
bubble hockey, it's like foosball but with hockey. where it's got like a rounded corner? We've
It,
definitely
it looks
played
like it looks like a hockey rink. Like it's
Like
not a circle. It's an oval. If that's what you mean. Like
something like that.
oh, you
Bubble
mean
hop.
like oh okay, I see.
Yeah, like this. We've played
No,
this before, haven't
it's
we?
not like. Oh yeah, we have. That was in an old arcade that we used to play. That's kind of hard to see, but it's like
You get the idea.
yeah, it's like little guys, little
dudes.
like cardboard guys that spin around. Kind of. I'll have to show you it another time.
And if you
like,
wanna
right
know-
after this probably.
Yeah, probably.
But what were you gonna say?
I said if you want to go look up for yourself.
Oh
you
yeah,
can.
go ahead and check it out. It's free on Steam. It is so fun. The community's a little toxic.
There's a community around it.
Oh yeah. It's big enough.
I didn't know it
to
was that
play.
big.
The queue the queues are probably about like 100 people at all times. Pretty much, it says how many people are in it. And there's no skill-based matchmaking. So the first game you get into, you could be against the best player in the world.
Oh wow.
And there are really good people. There are people that join the Discord and like try. Like all they do is play that game. And personally, that's really all I do too. So
We'll have a bonus episode of this podcast where it's just you playing it.
yeah, it's just a whole hour-long session of me playing Slapshot Rebound with Brooklyn Nine-Nine's like very faintly playing in the back.
so we don't get copyright.
Yeah, it'll be through my earbud.
It'll
through
be
the
mostly like curse words from Matthew and clicking on the,
Yeah,
mouse and the keyboard. So
I think that's one of the only games I play completely silent.
Oh yeah.
I don't say a word. I'm just like fully into it, or I'm just like constantly checking Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's funny.
So those are my 2 recommendations because that's really all I've been doing. Other than I try to schedule out like outside time which I've been doing really good at recently.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I was out. Yesterday I was at work, came home, painted a room, went outside, played golf for like 4 hours really, and I was only on my computer for like an hour, and it was like extremely tiring. And then I got down here at like 10 I think, and then started playing games, and it just instantly went to like 12:30 at night, and I was like, what happened? I was trying to go to bed early today, like
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And I ended up staying up until 2 because I didn't take a melatonin to go to bed, which usually just knocks me out. And I just kept checking my phone. So that's my biggest problem, is getting to sleep.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is
Sleeping.
don't check your phone.
Nice new thing called sleep. My last recommendation would probably be, I already said The Sopranos last week. Like I was watching The Sopranos, but it's good. That's pretty much the only like thing I've been watching. I've been grinding through that. And it's a good show. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, I recommend, and you're into the mood for it. I watched the new Black Widow movie because my fiance's mom bought it on Disney Plus, and I don't share their.
I mean,
I watched it at their house.
yeah,
with the family.
only when they log in.
with the person who purchased
Yes,
it,
yeah,
because
of
that's
course.
the only legal way to do that.
Yes.
Yes, I did that. But it was fine. I mean, I'm not really passionate about anything other than Sopranos right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a really good show. And I haven't really, like I said, watched too much else. But Black Widow was fine. I wouldn't pay for it unless you're like a super big Marvel person. But like if you're like on Disney Plus and you're like, because you have to like pay for certain releases.
Yeah, and you have to pay a lot because they expect you to like.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah, they expect you to watch it with people, right? So like Mulan was like 20, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's like they're trying to.
You average out how many people you think would be watching.
It's
so
like a movie
3.
theater kind of thing. You're trying to make up for it. So, I actually lied. The thing about, I didn't lie on purpose. There's another new movie on Disney Plus that came out that you don't have to pay for. Luca. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah. But that's a Disney movie, so they're just trying to.
Pixar. Well, so is Marvel technically. They're Disney
that's
movies. True. But Luca was super cute. I loved it.
I haven't seen like much on it at all.
Emma, and I wasn't gonna watch it otherwise, but she was like, she watched it once and she was like, "This is so cute. I want you to watch it with me." And I was like, "All right, I'll watch it." And wow, it was super cute. It was like,
I wouldn't doubt it. I've heard a lot of things about it.
Very emotional, very touching. I liked it a lot. I recommend it, even for adults and stuff like that. I mean, cute little movie. So
yeah,
recommend. But that's all I got for my recommendations.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Other than I got one more thing that'll lead into our next topic.
Is it something that we've watched today?
Yeah, the Olympiad.
Yes.
That's going into the overall topic of things that are distracting me from moving in. The Olympics is the final thing. I guess it's golf, Pokemon Unite, my general laziness, painting, and the Olympics were the 5 big things that have taken away from me moving back in a proper time fashion. But the Olympics, how much of these have you been watching, Matthew?
Pretty much none.
Yeah.
But I have been keeping up with all the news, and I have been watching the scores, really, like watching medals go up, watching basketball scores, get posted and stuff like that. I saw we lost to France, right?
Yeah, we beat Iran though recently.
Yeah, that we crushed Iran, but that's like expected. Do we ever lose in like the group stages?
No, we used to. I mean, in like the early aughts and like 90s when there was like the dream team, we won by like 40 against every team.
Yeah, because I watched a video recently. I think it was on why the USA team lost twice in exhibition matches, and why it's so important and why it's like terrifying. And they were talking about how like other countries' basketball programs are getting a lot better. They're actually trying to compete now. Like
that's a big
we
thing.
we were so far beyond them. There was no point in them trying. Like it looked like they said something like it was like an actual like dream team facing a JV team. Like that's the best comparison.
Yeah.
So it was always like never fun to watch, but now like teams are trying. Like France beat us. So does that normally happen? And apparently I don't think it does.
In my opinion, both the reasons why the USA sucks is they're both the NBA's fault. The one is what you were saying about other countries being good.
Yeah.
The NBA wants to be as global as possible, so they make the most money. The most eyes on their products is the most money they'll make. They've been branding like globally. Like China's huge. That's like the biggest basketball presence in the world. Like,
China has a really big basketball league.
Yeah.
By Yao Ming.
Yeah, the Shanghai Sharks, right?
Yeah. Shanghai Sharks are one team.
Have you seen the meme?
Jimmer Fredette is the star on that team.
Have you seen the meme where it's something, the NBA on TNT halftime show with like Shaq and Charles Barkley and all of them.
Yeah.
It's a meme where when a player does bad, like when Ben Simmons kind of sucked on the Sixers during the playoffs, or like
he's going to the Shanghai.
Yeah, no, it's Shaq. I'll have to show this to you, but it's Shaq doing like this, like what team does he play for? And it's Shaq going, "Wow Dong Tigers," and everyone starts laughing, and it's like the like captions are like, it's like Ben Simmons had a rough playoff night, like in the main thing, and it's like. The comments and the responses are like Ben Simmons' next team is Shaq going Guangdong Tigers. It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, I lose it. But yeah, so that's the NBA's fault because they want to be as global as possible. So you get like Luka on Slovenia, and then you get like Evan Fournier and like Rudy Gobert all on France, and you get like all these random teams that just have these players that like they're common names now. You're like, I know who Evan Fournier, I know who Rudy Gobert is. You just know these names. Luka Doncic.
Rudy Gobert has got a different name to him too. The dude who started COVID.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I only think of that when I hear his name. Even though he's like good.
Like 2 times defensive player of the year.
He's good. Yeah. That's all I'll give him.
But all you know is that he started COVID.
All I know is he touched the mics, and there's nothing that will ever go past.
He started COVID. It's his fault.
And I think he knows. I think he knows that's his reputation.
Just trying to keep a low profile. Yeah. The other thing that's the NBA's fault is that haven't fixed the ref problem of calling terrible calls. So you see you see the NBA players like they try to draw fouls, like they do this new shooting motion like James Harden does a lot. You can't really see it if you're not watching the video, but he takes the ball and he'll hook it around like in a like this and it'll trap people's arms. And they'll still get a decent shot off, but it'll be a foul every time, and they'll call it, or they'll flop. You see it, like, these FIBA refs in the Olympics aren't calling anything.
Nope, yep.
They don't have it, so, like...
Flopping does not work. Like, they don't care if you fall on the floor.
And I haven't watched any of these games, except I watched a little bit of the Nigeria one, because I saw we were losing, and that was the first one we lost, where I was like, oh my gosh, what's up?
Yeah.
And I watched it, and it was pretty physical, and I was like, I haven't watched anything else, but... in the NBA, they won't crack down on refs, and it's not the players' fault. It's because their paycheck is to be they're getting a paycheck to win games, right?
Yeah.
And if this is the best way to win games, if they get 3 free shots from 3-point, like instead of this hard 3-point shot from 22 feet, they can get 3 free throws because they can hook some dude's arm and they know they're going to flop.
2 out of 3 points, which is just as good as getting it down the floor and running it into the paint and doing a layup. Like
it's just smart. It makes sense for them.
It's much smarter.
So that's why they're struggling, and it's the NBA's fault. So.
Yeah, it's not like I said in I think it was either last podcast or the one before when we talked about the NBA Finals. The finals were great because it was physical basketball. Giannis gets the ball and he drives to the paint and he shoots a layup. Like, I love that.
It was awesome.
No fouls called. They were like, the only fouls called were fouls. Like there were a lot that were not called that the announcers were like, that should have been a foul. That was a foul. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, like he got in his way a little bit, but what else he's gonna do? Like he was pretty much forced to do it.
Yeah.
So it kind of, like I think I said this as well, breathed a fresh, oh my
Breath of fresh.
I said the same. I remember doing this. I messed it up last time too. I remember messing it up, but it breathed a breath of fresh air.
How fast did you say that? Go.
No, I'm not gonna try.
Breathe
There's
the breath
no
of fresh air.
So it breathed a breath.
And our next topic. That's terrible.
And here we go.
Wait.
Oh,
Try to do it fast.
breathed a breath of fresh air.
I came up with my own tongue twister when I worked at Miller's one time. Now I can't speak.
Oh no!
I created a tongue twister at Miller's, and I can't remember. It's like, pick the top off of a pack of Pop-Tarts, something like that.
Pick the pack of.
Top of a pack of Pop-Tarts was that? Something like that.
Pack of a Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, top of a pack of Pop-Tarts.
Top of a pack of Pop-Tarts.
And you say that 3 times fast. Try it. Go.
That's kind of pack of.
Top
what
of
was
the,
it?
Top of the pack of Pop-Tarts.
Top of the pack of Pop-Tarts. Top of the pack of Pop-Tarts. Top of the pack of Pop-Tarts.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah,
it
so
might
I got
have been
that
down.
down. But my
was it top
breath,
part of a pop?
breath, fresh air.
Sorry, it's top part of a Pop-Tart.
Top part of the pop. Top part of the Pop-Tart or of a Pop-Tart.
Of a Pop-Tart.
Top part.
Good podcasting here. Oh my god. All right.
Top part of the Pop-Tart.
Everyone at home, try saying top part of a Pop-Tart. 3
We'll give
times
you time.
fast. Yeah. And that's enough time.
And you should have said it by now.
You probably already messed up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll cut you off there.
More Olympic stuff. I was watching ping pong today.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Wait, you got
Ping
more
pong.
about basketball? Or?
No. Basketball topic is over.
Okay.
I was gonna bring up a new one. Yeah.
You can talk about it. The only thing with ping pong today was it was pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
it's just awesome to see these guys play
ping pong. Is awesome.
I was watching the best guy in the world. He's like Chinese versus I think Taiwan maybe is like the Chinese province of.
Taipei is a Chinese province.
Okay, then it was that I think.
Okay.
That was Taiwan.
Well,
country,
Taiwan's weird.
It was
Taiwan was
I'm sorry.
China. Taiwan claims they are China, but China claims they are nothing, like they don't exist. So you're not allowed to bring Taiwan up in China.
The simp mentality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, they like when it was a long time ago. History check, but the Chinese like a long time ago moved to Taiwan because of an invasion.
All of them?
A lot of them. Like the main capital moved to Taiwan for a bit, and then they were like, well, okay, we got to go back. Mm-hmm. And then some people were like, no, we're staying here. This is a nice island. And that became Taiwan. And then they claim they're China, and China claims they don't exist.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why. So, yeah, it's still heated there. But Taipei is probably the right answer.
That was like a big thing. Oh, Taipei was right.
Huge. They hate each other.
So maybe the ping pong was like heated because the Chinese guy was getting mad.
If it was Taiwan, they could have been.
I think it was Taipei, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt.
I don't know if they have their own thing in the Olympics. I don't know. I'm sorry, but it was pretty cool. Anyway, what were you gonna say about the Olympics? That's all I had about ping pong.
Well, I can mention on top of that, since we're talking about China, I think China's in the lead right now with gold medals.
I can look.
And it's insane how many more gold medals they have than other people, and how little bronze and silvers they have. Once you see it here, I think it's like a huge jump.
15, 7, and 9.
Oh no, Japan caught up today.
Mm-hmm.
I think earlier this morning, China had like 15, and the next best was like us at like 10 or something like that.
So
and then they have like no bronze or silvers, compared to like the United States, who has pretty good average. Yeah.
But I guess you were looking at a different time.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked bad from what I was seeing.
Is it total medal? How do you decide who wins? Is it total medals? Like,
I don't know.
Is this
actually it's
28? Yeah, 38.
You'd think it'd be like 3 points for a gold, 2 points for a silver, 1 point for a bronze.
You'd think so. Anyway, the U.S. is in the lead for total medals with 38, followed by China with 31, and then it looks like not Russia, the Russian Olympic Committee at 28.
That's the Republic of the Congo, actually. It's ROC.
Yeah.
That's my favorite country.
It's Jay-Z's
Jay-Z's billionaire basketball team.
It's Rock Nation, yeah.
It's Rock Nation.
Good job.
Oh my god.
Shit. Good job, Jay-Z.
Great job, Jay-Z. We'll give you props on that one.
It's just Blue Ivy and like Beyonce
doing
in
that. Third place.
Beyonce? She's just like killing everything.
She's in that canoeing thing we were watching.
That was awesome. Canoe slalom today.
Kayak slalom.
Kayak.
It looked like a kayak.
No, you're right. It was a kayak.
But that was dope. Like, having a set course that they go through, like honestly, that was probably one of the best sports in the Olympics I've ever seen.
It was artificial rapids, and they had like ski slalom, like little things hanging from above that they weren't like in the ground.
They're poles, yeah.
Yeah, they were hanging up because you can't put them in the water because they get knocked over, I guess.
Yeah.
But you have to like go through them and then like climb, like swim back, not swim back, but like run back,
jump out and swim
and like
through.
dive out of the way of them and not get hit. 'Cause if you got hit, it was like a 2-second thing. It was awesome.
You have to go back upstream because you get launched down, and you have to come back to go through the pillars. It's very cool.
Do you like the Summer Olympics or the Winter Olympics more?
Winter, by far the winter
with you.
ones. The summer ones are so boring. It's all track and field. Like you're not getting anything else. So when you get
I don't like track and field.
Yeah, when you get like even cross country skiing is fun to watch.
You know, one of my least favorite sports. This is gonna be a hot take, I think.
Skeet shooting.
No, swimming. Watching swimming.
Yeah, no, swimming is super boring. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun about it.
I was watching
it's impressive.
With like, I'm friends with this whole family, and I was house sitting for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they came home. We were watching the Olympics together, and we were watching like the 1,500-meter freestyle, which is like just swim whatever you want.
Yeah, that's the long one, right?
Yeah, 1,500 meters was 30 laps, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like back and forth. It took 15 minutes, and I was like, you know what the real Olympic sport is in this? Commentating.
Watching it.
How do you commentate this? Like, we didn't have it really loud, but I was like, what are they saying right now?
Yeah, what it has to be silent.
They were like telecasting, like drawing on the thing, and I'm like, nothing's changing. They're doing the exact same swimming back and forth.
Yeah, they're doing whatever they want to do. It's freestyle.
Swimming also annoys me because of the different styles, and I'm open about this. I can't do the butterfly stroke, where you like come out of the water like and you're like.
Oh yeah, I can't get it down, but I know how.
I can't go anywhere with it. I understand it.
Breaststroke or butterfly?
Butterfly.
Which one's? Oh, the butterfly is the one where you like arms are like wah, constantly like way out.
I'll show
Breast
you.
is like this, right?
Yeah.
And then like that. Okay, yeah. I don't know how to do the butterfly. I know what you're talking about.
It's stupid to me because like you're like an even backstroke, like you're going slower on purpose, right? Like I know it's a different form, but it'd be like if walking backwards was like an Olympic sport, or running backwards, or like crawling, like it's literally like choosing to go slower.
Well, they do put hurdles.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I was like, I had a reason.
It's like if you put hoops in the pool and you'd swim through it.
I'd
watch that.
That'd actually be a lot cooler.
Either way, like you put it up in the air and they're below, where you have to dive down to go under. Like that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be like the slalom, which
is
a lot cooler than
that'd be
just,
awesome if
like,
they swam through that.
That'd be a lot
rapids,
cooler.
like would
the rapids,
most definitely kill a person.
Like a bottlenose dolphin or whatever, like in the rapids, just jumping through.
They have to salmon. They got to go back up too. They
That-
got to go down and up.
That's the cool one.
Yeah.
Swimming back up that like canoe or kayak rapids.
There's no way. Water.
However you can get back up there. Like you drag yourself along the floor. Just as long as you get up, that's how you
climbing the obstacles on the side, like pushing up and stuff. You're not even swimming anymore.
It's like the aggro crag and guts. Except with water.
Oh my god.
That would be cool. Olympic sports that should be things that aren't Olympic sports that should be like
the aggro crag.
Like the ESPN posted that they're like, name something that's not Olympic sport that should be, and like Field Yates is like, carrying all the groceries in one trip. No, like
we're
the aggro crag. Everything in Olympic war or American Gladiators.
Yeah,
when
American
they're like
Gladiators.
fighting each other off the thing.
Yeah.
The entire American Ninja Warrior Corps should be in the Olympics.
Entire American Ninja Warrior. What's the Nickelodeon family show?
Double Dare?
Double Dare, the entire Double Dare.
All of Double Dare.
It's just all of Double Dare. You got to go into the nose.
The most athletic families in the world. Just
yeah.
Double Dare 2000.
You got to go in the snotty nose.
Like the Watts versus the Gronkowskis. Just like.
And it's famous families only.
That would be awesome. That would make the Olympics much more fun than like, look at this person swim weird.
You have to have a net worth of $1 billion plus, so it's only Jay-Z's team that's gonna win.
Rock Nation. ROC getting more medals is not fair. That's why. They're winning the Family Olympics.
The Family Olympics.
The aggro crag would be so cool. But
there's a lot that would be so much cool. Like they put the kayaking, going back to that, like that's actually really cool.
Yeah,
like,
it was awesome, and that's a new sport this year. I think kayak slalom. I'm gonna call it.
I did watch.
Come on and slam.
I did watch skateboarding, Olympic skateboarding.
That was cool.
I will say their outfits were very cool, and I think what they do is very cool. But for the Olympics, I never want to watch that.
Yeah.
I will watch that on my own time if I actually want to watch skateboarding. I don't want it at the Olympics because it just seemed like a waste of time almost. Like, it seemed like a skateboarding competition was happening, and they were just broadcasting on the Olympic channel. Like, it just doesn't fit, in my opinion.
See the guy hit his nuts though. The one hit.
Where he like hit the pole.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It made like a comical sound. It was like.
It looked really pretty too, like the whole course. But like I said, it's just not. There's too much that doesn't fit for me.
Yeah, they should do like a reassignment every year where they like you can only have like 50 sports in the Olympics.
Yeah,
and
you rotate
like
them.
they take some out like. I'm trying to think. There's something like they have
Swimming.
BMX in there. Yeah, swimming's always up.
Yeah, swimming gets rotated
BMX
there.
like bike racing. Was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
Of them. And I was like, it's cool, but like that also seems like we're just doing the X Games here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's turning into the X Games. Like I like rock climbing. I think that's a good addition. I haven't seen it.
Is that an Olympic sport?
Yeah, it's in the Olympics this year.
That's cool. I gotta watch that.
It's all like flashing, I think, or like speed climbing, I think it is. So
Right.
they have like a set wall that everyone knows, and you just try to get up it as quick as possible.
That's
and these
cool.
people
I gotta
are
look when
quick.
that
They're like,
happens.
wah, wah, wah. It looks like they're literally running up the wall.
Yeah.
Like there's no gravity anymore. They're just pulling themselves.
Like in Hereditary when Toni Collette's character is like on the wall.
Yeah,
scuttling
yeah,
past,
yeah. It's so quick. Yeah, it's like that.
Shout out to anyone
It's
who
very
watched
cool.
Hereditary. When Alex Wolff. He's the kid in it, and he woke up and he's like looking away, and Toni Collette's behind him, just scuttling on the wall.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I imagine these guys are doing. Just
Speaking of
straight up.
Alex Wolff,
oh,
oh my God!
Old?
I saw the worst movie.
You actually
in
watched
theaters.
Old?
We did. We went to go see it.
Oh my gosh.
Me, Matt, and Taha actually went to go
Okay,
see
cool.
it. Shout
Shout
out
out.
to Matt and Taha.
Mhm.
We went to go see it because we knew it would be bad. We went in with no expectations, and we were hoping to get pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, it could be good.
Yeah.
There
Split
could be a
was
good
good.
twist. Yeah, the Split was good from what I know.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. But then there were also some stinkers in there, which we should have known
The
that this was
Village.
going to be even worse. The
Yeah.
Happening.
The Last Airbender. Jeez, Buzz, calm down.
Oh, I think he's going to throw up.
Oh no, is he? That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Aw,
Oh,
Buzz.
he's right there. Can we?
No, we don't want to
Oh,
show.
no.
No, get him
Oh,
out.
how do I do it? Oh,
You just, I'll block
stupid.
him.
I'm stupid.
But we went to go see Old in theaters.
oh, poor buddy. Yeah.
Aw.
He's not gonna.
Yeah,
be in
he's
the clip.
doing
Yeah.
it now.
Nope. the wrong
Nope.
Blur it out. Yeah, there you go. This is great. We'll have to
Buzz.
clean that up right by the entrance too.
Yeah, we got to walk by that. That's why I got paper towels in here.
There he goes. That's great. Poor buddy.
He's probably gonna do it a few more times.
All right.
Aw. But yeah, we saw Old, and we went in, like I said, with no expectations. We didn't expect it to be good at all. We didn't expect anything from it. It turned out to be even worse than you could even lower your expectations to.
I read the Wikipedia thing for it because I was curious what the twist was.
Oh my! So I can talk about it. I don't want to spoil much.
Well, we can tell
But-
people this. This probably be the last thing we talk about. If I'm
Yes,
being honest, 'cause
100%.
we're almost done.
Yeah.
So, if you're done, like if you don't want to hear spoilers for this movie, if you're
Yeah,
gonna
go
see
ahead
Old.
and-
Thanks for
We
listening.
thank you for watching, but we're going to continue this segment now.
Yes.
Now there are spoilers. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna keep saying it so that when you jump to the timestamp, if you do using the timestamps, you're hearing this now. There are spoilers.
Yeah.
So, for Old by M. Night Shyamalan. So we went to go see it, and essentially right away the dialogue is off. You realize something's wrong, and it's because the dialogue is so trash that it seems like M. Night Shyamalan had some sort of like illness when he wrote it, because
wasn't there a rapper named like MC Minivan or something?
it was
like that?
Midsize Sedan was his name. Honestly, the most likable character. Oh, sorry about that. If you heard me hitting the mic. Honestly, the most likable character in the entire thing was Midsize Sedan.
MC Minivan.
Yeah, he seemed like an asshole at first, but he really never was, and they just made him out to be an asshole, and then he dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So essentially, these two families get stuck on a beach. Three. It ends up being a couple as well, along with the two families. And Midsize Sedan. Midsize Sedan was there from the last night. And this beach has these magical properties that make you get old very quick.
It's the beach that makes you old.
The beach makes you old.
That's the thing. That's
And
the ticket.
oh my god, it's just so bad. The dialogue, every character has an accent that makes it seem like they are not from that actual place.
Yeah.
Like they just learned that accent today, and they were trying it out for the first time. There was a Polish lady who didn't sound Polish at all. Like, I work with two people who are Polish, and they do not sound anything like she sounded. And her dialogue was trash too, so it really didn't help. There was only two actors that you could actually point out that you knew. It was the girl from Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Thomasin McKenzie, I think it is.
Yeah. Thomason, I think is her name.
Thomasin, is that?
Yeah.
Thomasin McKenzie and
Alex Wolff.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Of Naked Brother Band.
yeah,
Naked
Brother
Band.
Band. The thing is, both of them were good actors, but the dialogue was so bad that you couldn't tell. There was no way you could tell because
She needs to stop writing movies.
he needs to stop. This is the petition for him to stop.
Somebody take M. Night Shyamalan's MacBook.
Yeah.
So-
I was watching Critical's review, the YouTuber.
Yeah, Moist Meter.
Yeah, and he talked. Literally, his review was, it was a good premise, which it was. It was a good premise.
It's the beach that makes you old.
Yeah, and it makes sense what the twist is in the end. But he said
The
this
twist
movie.
is okay.
No, I'll
Twist-
get to
okay,
that.
I'll say it just sounded stupid when I read it.
It really was really bad. But
Is that lightning?
yeah,
Guess
thunder.
Guess I'm
Can't really
Guess I'm
hear
not
lightning.
golfing.
Yeah.
Proposed engaged,
Yeah.
Sorry,
engaged.
keep going about
But
old.
he said the movie was good, the premise was good, which I disagree with. I think it was bad. But M. Night Shyamalan should never be able to write dialogue, and anyone who saw him writing dialogue should have slapped the pen out of his hand at that moment, because it literally was the worst thing in the movie. There was I've never seen a movie with worse dialogue. That's my point.
Wow.
So don't watch the movie. As for the twist,
It's a movie that makes you old.
yeah. Honestly, it
It
felt
wastes your
like we
time,
were
yeah.
older. Yeah, it felt like we had wasted 2 hours just
Yeah.
being in there.
Probably.
It felt like
You
longer,
did.
and honestly,
Yeah.
it felt like 3 hours.
Definitely did waste 2 hours.
Oh,
being in
we
there.
did, but it was fun. But the twist. So when they get on the beach, almost immediately, before they even know they're getting old, they point out that there's cameras on the ledge,
Like
on the
before
ridge.
they even know they're getting old.
Yeah, before they even know. And they figured that out quick. They figured it out within like an hour that they were getting old. Because the kids grew up super quick. They figured it out. I don't know how. I would have never
It's
guessed
so
that.
stupid. I don't know why that's funny. I hope it's funny.
Yeah,
to people.
yeah.
Before they even
Oh,
figured out they were
yeah.
getting old.
Yeah. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Because we're all getting
it's-
old.
Yeah.
Before they figure it out.
Yeah, the way they figured it out too is the kid's bathing suit didn't fit, and immediately the mother put it together. She was like, "We're getting older," and like basically like that, like
That's so
that. It
stupid.
took like 10 minutes after that for them to be like, "We're getting older." Like then they all accepted it too. They knew they were going to die.
That's
really
the
quick.
That's the most logical
Yeah,
assumption.
yeah, and I was like, okay,
I thought they found a dead body,
whatever.
and that was the thing that made
they did, but but that was way after they had actually figured it out. That they went back and saw it decayed, so they found the dead body, put it on the beach, put a towel over it. A bunch of shit happens. They figure out they're getting old. Mid-sized sedan goes back, who was the girl that he was hanging out with, right? Who died.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mention that. But he picks up the towel, and the body's completely decayed. And this forensic, one of the mother is like a forensics analysis or something like that.
Convenient.
And she knows that it takes like 7 years for a body to decay like that.
She might be a murderer.
So then it cements them. It cements it like, yeah, that's an old, yeah, she might be a murderer.
It's a
but-
Mensa?
Cements it that
Cements
they're getting
it.
older.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
But they already knew that. They were already like accepting it. So it was really bad up until that point. But like I said, they saw
Are we
cameras.
all learning how to accept getting old?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's so
that's
deep.
the whole premise of the movie is, man, we're all getting old.
Except
And
these
that's
people
it.
are fast.
Except
old.
these guys are getting old really quick, and they have to realize that they're getting old really quick, and they do.
Oh, boy,
And there's really nothing they're doing to stop it,
Anyway.
except killing themselves by trying things. So, but yeah, the twist. The camera's on the mountain. They see him, and the first thing I think is, oh, somebody's studying it or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a study or something like that. I'm like, but that's not the twist because it's gonna be a good twist. Turns out that was the twist. At the end of the movie, when they're basically accepting death, the two people that are left, the two kids that were originally kids, accept death. It goes to M. Night Shyamalan, who's the studier. He's the guy like taking the videos on the hill.
Did he take him to the beach too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was the one who took
carted
them
him
to the
there,
beach.
and it's
Yeah.
from the hotel, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones
And the
studying.
hotel's doing the whole thing. It's a study for medicine, which makes sense. That makes sense. They're studying how medicines work, and they have they're testing like this lady had seizures, and she had a seizure before she went to the beach, but when she got there, when she got to the hotel, I guess that's a plot hole. I won't mention that because that's too hard to go into. But essentially, she had seizures. They gave her a medicine. They took her to the beach. She didn't have a seizure for 7 hours or something like that. Or like 16 hours, which means the medicine works for 40 years. So they're testing medicines.
So the beach did make them old?
Yeah. That's the only thing is that
That's
it makes
why I
them
was
old, but they're
confused.
testing the medicines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not testing the beach's well, I think they're using stuff from the beach to make the medicines, and then they're giving people medicines.
Gotcha.
And they all have an illness. So like the one person had a tumor, and the tumor grew like really quick for some reason. Like it
makes time go fast, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't growing the entire time.
Oh.
And then they were like, oh, it's like the size of a golf ball in there. And it was right here, and she passed out because of it, because it was going so quick. And they cut it out, and the wound grows right back. So they have to cut it again, and they rip it out. And it's the size of a watermelon in like 5 seconds.
Gross.
It was disgusting, yeah. But it doesn't make sense why it grew that quick compared to, when it wasn't growing.
I was
quick.
confused because I read the twist. I read through the synopsis because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to see this movie.
No, don't ever see it.
And I was like, I saw it was like the hotel is testing medicine on them. And it never said like, oh, it's the beach actually makes them old.
Yeah,
I figured
yeah,
they gave
yeah.
them medicine that made them
Yeah.
go old fast. I was like, so
Yeah.
it works. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
stop
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
I was
That's
like, we
fair.
get it. But
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
the beach makes them old, and they're testing the medicine because the beach makes them old. They can test it in like 16 hours instead of 70 years.
clinical trials go much faster.
Yeah, yeah, but it's unethical.
That's also
So
stupid because it's like, you still got to get checked by the government, you know? It's not like they're
yeah,
like...
well,
it's
they were
like,
working past the government. They were working on their own. It was like independent contract. Like they were making these medicines
and selling
for
them on
money.
the black
Yeah,
market, I
yeah,
guess.
for
Okay.
money. Well, not black market. I think.
Well, how can you FDA approve them? It's like, here are studies. It's like, well, you made this like 2 years
Well,
ago.
they just don't show that. Like they'll do.
It's like, how'd you do 100 years of studies in 2 years?
Yeah,
It's like, well, there's a beach that makes you old.
Yeah, like
It's
how do you know this lasts for 40 years if you just created it 2 years ago
Yeah.
or like a year ago?
So the beach makes you old. Don't you get it?
There's a beach makes you old.
And we put monkeys on there.
Yeah,
Rabbits.
At the
mice.
at the end, the two kids get out.
By swimming the coral, right?
By swimming into coral.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, and they figured out. So, it's kind of ridiculous. So the two kids, the two little kids, the one that survived, and a kid that was related to the main head honcho of the hotel, were writing code to each other when they were like 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
When they first got to the hotel, and the kid had apparently sent him another letter with code that he never decoded, and until he got to being old, he had never even thought of it, never even touched it.
Hence the name of the movie.
And then he and then when he's like 40, when the kid that was 3 is 40, he opens the bag and he's like, let's decode the message, and he decodes it, and it says, my uncle doesn't like the coral. And then they swim to the coral. And then for about 3 minutes, they're underwater somehow. Don't know how they are. They get stuck in the coral. The girl gets stuck in the coral. And they're just under there, and then they don't show you if they make it. And then eventually they show you they made it. And then the movie ends, but then it doesn't. It starts again and shows you how they made it through. Then it ends. Then it starts again. We thought it ended 3 times. We literally started putting down our recliners 3 times and standing up. It was one of the worst endings I've ever seen.
Another plot hole might be, wouldn't that 3-year-old still have the intelligence of a 3-year-old? I mean, their brain still develops, but like...
See, the entire movie, they were over-explaining everything. They were trying to cover their plot holes. So they were like... They talked about getting thoughts. They constantly getting thoughts. I mentioned that plot hole to somebody who had seen it. I don't remember who it was. One of the two.
Sure.
And I was like, how would they know about
anything,
the outside world? Like maybe they're getting thoughts, but like how would they know how pregnancy works? Because like
I heard
one of the little girls, like 3-year-old girls, when she grows up, she gets pregnant from the other 3-year-old boy who was now grown up, and they don't know what's going on, and then they know what's going on for some reason. They know everything about pregnancy. And it's like, what is
it? Sounds stupid. The whole movie sounds stupid.
Oh, it's so bad. And then when you add in the dialogue to that,
even more stupid.
It's god awful. That's my second TED Talk of the day on Old.
What out of 10 would you give it?
A 2. It's the only time I've ever given a movie a 2. It's the only time No, I said only time.
Oh, okay.
I've never given a movie under like a 6. So if that tells you how bad it is, like I don't go see movies that are that bad. Like if I were to give a rating of like 12 Feet Deep, that pool movie, I don't know if you've seen that.
No, you guys watched it when I was there.
We watched it as a group, and that was so fun to watch together. But if I watched it on my own, I'd probably give that a 4.
Yeah, okay.
Which is saying a lot because that movie was trash.
But what's the premise of that one? Don't go too into detail, but just for people that don't know, because it's not popular.
Yeah, it's 2 girls are at a pool, and they fight, and one drops their ring in the pool, and they both go in to go get it at the exact time that the pool manager closes the pool, and they get stuck under the hardcover pool, and that's the whole movie.
Yep.
And then the janitor comes, and then they try to get out. And that's the whole movie.
12 Feet Deep, baby.
Yep. It was so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
That one's like, they probably weren't being serious when they decided.
Oh, no.
So
and
like,
then
that one's why it's good.
The whole plot is that they are cold the entire time. But it's like, water doesn't get that cold. It was a heated pool. And they turned off the heaters. Water retains heat.
Yeah.
It's not going to get cold.
Yeah.
And they were like, and you could see the steam coming off their breath and stuff like that. I'm like, how does it get hot again?
Yeah.
What are they using, like bigger industrial heaters down there?
They make it cold on purpose. This will show anyone who tries to stay in afterwards. They freeze to death. So
many good bad movies, but Old was just a bad movie.
I will not be seeing it, but I did read about it, so yeah. But anyway, that's been our episode. Thank you for listening. Hope you liked a few things from there. If you want to follow us on our socials, we have an Instagram and a Twitter @BrothersWhim. You can email us with recommendations, things to talk about. things we can improve on, or I guess keep doing if you like that. It's thebrotherswhim@gmail.com, I believe.
Brotherswhim@gmail.com.
The or just
brotherswhim@gmail.com.
Okay. And then we have a YouTube. That's the Brothers Whimm podcast.
That's the Brothers Whimm.
You can watch our videos there if you don't want to listen to this the podcast.
Check out our new setup next week.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Do all those fun things that give us
points,
YouTube points
in our head that are meaningless.
And then we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google. You're listening to us somehow. So if you got this far, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it, and we hope to hear from you and that you'll come back next time. So with all that being said, I've been Ian,
and I've been Matt,
and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Have a good week. Bye, guys.
Bye.